Hello students, from today we are going to start test series questions. So let us start, and from tomorrow I'll try my maximum best to reach 50 MCQs in each test series. Okay, let's start now. First question is, slash and burn method of farming is also known as option A, Jum cultivation, option B, mixed farming, option C, extensive farming, and option D, intensive farming. So here the answer is option C, extensive farming. Second question, the provisions of 5th and 6th schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to option A, determine the boundaries between states, B, protect the interests of scheduled castes, C, protect the interests of people of the border states, D, determine the powers, authorities, and responsibilities of municipalities. So here the correct answer is to protect the interests of the scheduled tribes. B is the correct answer. So the provisions of 5th and 6th schedule in the constitution are made in order to protect the interests of scheduled tribes. Second question, which solve the disputes between two or more states? Option A, district courts, option B, high court, option C, subdivisional court, and D, supreme court. So the disputes between two or more states are solved under supreme court under original jurisdiction in article 131. So the option D is correct answer. Fourth question, the measurement of the rate at which money is exchanged in an economy is defined as option A, money multiplier, option B, velocity of circulation, option C, velocity of money decreasing, and option D, velocity of money constant. So the correct answer for this is option B, velocity of circulation. Fifth question, global hunger index is released by option A, WHO, option B, World Bank, option C, Wealth Hunger Health, and option D, none of the above. So the correct answer is option C, Wealth Hunger Health. So C is correct. Sixth question, which of the statements are correct? Statement number 1, Charba is a popular folk dance of Himachal Pradesh. Statement number 2, Jhumar is a folk dance of Punjab. Statement number 3, Paika is a popular dance of southern parts of Odisha. So which of the following are correct? Option A, 1 and 2, B, 1, 2, 3, C, 1 and 3, D, 2 and 3. So all these statements are correct and option B is a correct answer. Seventh question, Chai-e-Ghat Shikar is also known as option A, shadow fishing, option B, agricultural fishing, option C, shikar fishing, and option D, all the above. So here, this Chai-e-Ghat Shikar is a traditional form of fishing in Kashmir, especially during winter seasons in Anchar Lake, and it is in Srinagar. The fisherman hide under a cloth or behind the umbrella to create a shadow upon water. So during winter season there is full of freezing cold, and fishes get attracted to this shadow thinking that as a food. So this type of fishing is called shadow fishing. So Chaye-Ghat Shikar is shadow fishing, and it is followed in Anchar Lake in Srinagar. Is it clear, guys? So here option A is the correct answer. Eighth question, what is meant by biomimetics? Biomimetics. So here option A, to imitate human behavior, B, to imitate animal behavior, C, to obtain ideas from nature and apply to science, engineering, and medicine, D, to observe the nature and behave in favor of nature. So here biomimetics is to obtain ideas from nature and apply to science, engineering, and medicine. So option C is a correct answer. And one more thing is, the shape of aeroplanes developed from the looks of the birds for smooth flying. So this is an example of this biomimetics. So is that clear, guys? So here option C is a correct answer. Now ninth question, which article deals with Finance Commission? Option A 110, B 72, C 54 and D 280. So option D, that is 280 article, deals with Finance Commission. 10th question, Brahmi script was deciphered by A. James Princip, B. Maxwell, G. Warren Hastings and D. Tilak. So it was deciphered by James Princip. Option A is a correct answer. 11th question, hematite, magnetite, limonite and siderite are some of the types of option A iron, B zinc, C coal and D oxide. So these are some types of iron. So option A is a correct answer. 12th question, PM Kusum scheme was launched under which ministry? Here Kusum means Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Uttam Mahabhiyan scheme. Okay, this is launched under the ministry. Okay, option A Ministry of Agriculture, B Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, C Ministry of New and Renewable Energy and D all the above. So it is launched under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Option C. Why? Because solar energy is applied over the scheme. So in the farm, especially in remote areas, a grid type of system will be framed and solar pumps, solar lights, all these are used in the form of electricity, that is renewable form of electricity. So that is about PM Kusum scheme and here option C will be the correct answer. 13th question, which of the following is true regarding Akbarnama? Now what is this Akbarnama? Akbarnama is a book which was written by Abul Fazl for Akbar. So let us see. First statement is it was written by Abul Fazl and the book Akbarnama is divided into 3 books. Second statement, the first book deals with Akbar and second book deals with the events of Akbar region. Third book deals with Akbar's administration. Option A 1 and 2, B 1 and 3, C 2 and 3 and D all the above. Now which of the following statements are correct? So here, yes, it was written by Abul Fazl and it was divided into 3 books. Statement number 1 is correct. Now the first book deals with Akbar and the second book deals with the events of Akbar's region. Second statement is also correct. And the third book deals with Akbar's administration. Even the third statement is correct. So option D, all the above, is a correct answer. 14th question, which mission was launched to create digital infrastructure for all the cities? A. PM Kusum, B. PM Kisan, C. National Urban Digital Mission and D. Atal Innovation Mission. So here option C is a correct answer. That is the mission to create digital infrastructure for all the cities is under National Urban Digital Mission scheme. Now 15th question, which of the following are correct? 1. Indus Valley civilization was Iron Age civilization. 2. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are situated in Pakistan. 3. Camel's bones are reported only in Kalibangan. So here, okay, which of the following statements are correct? Option A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3 and D all the above. So here, coming to first statement, Indus Valley civilization was Iron Age civilization. Is that correct? No, Indus Valley civilization was Bronze Age civilization. All the metals except iron is found in Indus Valley civilization. This is also asked in one of the previous UPSC questions. So iron is not found in that civilization and thus it is not a Iron Age civilization. It is a Bronze Age civilization. So statement number 1 is wrong. Second, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are situated in Pakistan. This is correct. And third statement is camel's bones are reported only in Kalibangan. Kalibangan is in Rajasthan. So yes, even third statement is correct. Now coming to the options, 1 is wrong answer. So eliminate this one. So option B, that is 2 and 3 are correct. 16th statement, under which article money can be withdrawn from Consolidated Fund of India and providing proposals in Lok Sabha? Option A 113, option B 110, option C 111 and option D 112. So the correct answer is under Article 113, the money can be withdrawn from Consolidated Fund of India by providing proposals in Lok Sabha. 17th question, consider the following statements. Statement number 1, Mathura, Gandhara and Amravati School of Art developed in 6th century AD. Statement number 2, blue-grey cyst was predominantly used in Gandhara School of Art. And statement number 3, Buddha images at Madura had Hellenistic features. Now which of the following statements are correct? Option A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 1, 2 and 3 and D none. Now coming to the statement number 1, Mathura School of Art, Gandhara School of Art and Amaravati School of Art are developed in 6th century AD. It is not developed in 6th century, rather it is developed in 1st century AD. So statement number 1 is wrong because these arts were developed in the 1st century AD. And second statement, blue-grey schist was predominantly used in Gandhara School of Art. Yes, this is correct. Third statement, Buddha images at Mathura had Hellenistic features. At the Mathura School of Arts, this is. So, actually, Buddha images at Gandhara School of Art had Hellenistic features, not Mathura. Mathura had earlier Yaksha type of images features. Is that clear, guys? In Mathura School of Art, Yaksha type of images where Buddha images were alike of earlier Yaksha images, whereas in Gandhara art Buddha images are like Hellenistic features. In Madura Buddha images are like earlier Yaksha images, whereas in Gandhara art Buddha images were like Hellenistic features. So statement number 2 is also wrong. So 1 and 3 are wrong answers. So we don't have options. So none of the above will be the correct answer. 18th question, consider the following statements. First statement is, Constitution does not specify the caste or tribe which are to be called the SC or ST. Second statement, President has the power to specify what caste or tribes in each state and union territory are to be treated as scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. So, which of the following statements are correct? Option A 1, option B 2, option C 1 and 2, option D none of the above. So here coming to the first statement, Constitution does not specify the caste or tribe which are to be called the SC or ST. Yes, it has specified ST or SC but did not specify the caste. So statement number 1 is correct. Now coming to the statement number 2, President has the power to specify what caste or tribes in each state and union territory are to be treated as scheduled castes and scheduled tribe. Yes, President has that power. Statement number 2 is correct. Now both the statements are correct. So option C, that is 1 and 2 are correct answers. 19th question, consider the following statements. First statement is, southwest monsoon approaches Indian landmass in two branches, that is Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. Second statement, Tamil Nadu has heavy rainfall during southwest monsoons. Which of the following are correct? Option A 1 and 2, B only 1, C only 2 and D none. So here, coming to first statement, southwest monsoon approaches Indian landmass in two branches, that is Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. Yes, from both the seas we get this southwest monsoons. So first is correct. Now coming to the second one, Tamil Nadu has heavy rainfall during southwest monsoon. No, Tamil Nadu becomes dry. It doesn't have heavy rainfall, it remains dry during southwest monsoons. So statement number 2 is wrong. Now coming to the options, only one statement is correct. So option B is a correct answer. 28th question, which layer is the lowest layer of atmosphere? Option A troposphere, option B mesosphere, option C stratosphere, option D exosphere. Remember guys, one trick to remember is TSMTE. Okay, is the order of the layers of atmosphere. T means troposphere, S means stratosphere, M means mesosphere, and T is thermosphere, E is exosphere. TSMTE will be the trick to remember these layers. I'll repeat it once again. TSMTE, that is the layers of this all, is the order of this and a trick. Remember that. For everything we will use this trick. So okay, I'll repeat it. TSMTE is the trick to remember layers of atmosphere. Okay, now the lowest is troposphere. Okay, now ozone layer is found in which layer? Ozone gas is found in which layer? It is in stratosphere. Okay, now the lowest layer is troposphere. Option A is the correct answer. 21st question. The meeting of northeast and southeast trade winds are called. Option A, intertropical fronts. Option B, intertropical convergence. C, equatorial front. And D, all the above. So all are same. So option D is the correct answer. 22nd, consider the following statements. Statement number 1, Dal Lake is a freshwater lake in Srinagar. Statement number 2, Sambar Lake is the largest saltwater lake in Rajasthan. Statement number 3, Vular Lake is the largest freshwater lake in India. Which of the following statements are correct? Option A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3, and D all the above. So here all the three statements are correct. So all the above will be the correct answer. Option D is right answer. Now coming to the 23rd question, consider the following statements regarding Chilika Lake. So option A, it is a saltwater lake. B, freshwater lake. C, brackish water lake. D, none of the above. So here Chilika Lake is a brackish water lake. Now what is a brackish water lake means? It is a combination of salt water and fresh water. It is a lake where it meets sea water. Okay, so that's the reason it is a brackish water lake. Option C is the correct answer. Now coming to 24th question, which of the following which of the following are cold currents? Option A, Canaries current. B, West Australian current. C, Humboldt current. And D, all the above. All these are cold currents only. So option D is the correct answer. 25th question, consider the following statements. Statement number 1, Bhagirathi river originates from Gangotri glacier. Second statement is Alaknanda river originates from Satopant glacier. Third is Alaknanda and Bhagirathi rivers are two head streams of Ganga. So which of the following are correct? Option A 1, option B 2 and 3, option C 1 and 2, option D all the above. So here all the statements are correct. That is, Bhagirathi river originates from Gangotri river. Alaknanda river originates from Satopant glacier. It is here Gangotri glacier. Okay. Now third is Alaknanda and Bhagirathi rivers are two head streams of Ganga. All these are correct. Now statement number D, all the above is the correct answer. So that's it for today. From tomorrow I'll try my best to cover 50 MCQs in each test series with explanation. Okay, if you like this video, do like it. Thank you.